Sorry. So yeah, I mean, Mame, similar. What are your thoughts on the what were your thoughts on the starting 11? Do you agree with some of the things that Salim are saying? Do you have different opinions, or just talk to me about the lineup when you saw it?
Yeah, I totally agree about with Salim because usually I don't doubt club's lineups. You know,
Hmm.
even yesterday I was like, okay, he has his reasons. But of course, when you start Henderson with Milner in the same midfield and you take out Trent, you see that there's no creativity. You know, that was my main concern. Just seeing those two guys together in the midfield, I had my doubts, of course, but yeah, Salim said it. We like creativity, not much to offer, you know. So yeah, that's it. That's it. We could have done much better than that, and it's mainly because of the setup. Because
Hmm.
when Ox came in, you saw that we had some different options. We were much better. Even Trent should have come in way earlier than that.
Yes, yes, yes.
So yeah, that's mostly it.
Yeah. Gary, round us off on that topic, man. Just the lineup, and obviously in hindsight, there's a lot we can say, and we want to, like Mame says, we've talked on this platform several times about trusting Klopp, him proving us wrong a lot of times. I think at the same time, you got to be, as a supporter, you got to really speak about. That's one thing, but and after the game, and even as the game is going on, as you're watching it, spectating, whether you're at Anfield or watching the television, there's just so many things that you see that you just have to speak on, and we all love Klopp and all support him and all that, but there was definitely some issues with that lineup, and especially with just how we play. So what were your thoughts on the lineup in general, Gary?
Um, yeah, when the team came out, I was like, obviously it's not our full strength team, but I thought it's still, and I thought obviously it was with Alexander Arnold not in the starting 11. Obviously with his creativity and his deliveries on the right hand side, we were always gonna miss a lot down that side with obviously Gomez playing there. He's not a right back, obviously. So yeah, I mean, when the team came out, I was like, all right, it's okay because we've got the Premier League coming up with some good important games coming up. This was important as well, but we needed to make a few changes because Ronaldo's played a hell of football. Alexander Arnold's played a lot of football. So those are two positions that we sort of needed to swap. Um, Obviously, I think even with the team that we had there, I think we could have played much better than that. Um, I just didn't think that we really got into the game, especially in that first half. I mean, the last 5 minutes were good, but didn't get into the game in the first half at all. Um, and it was just, I mean, you have to give credit to Napoli because I thought they were. You can say we played poorly, but they made it very, very difficult for us. And they came there and they parked the bus even more than what Crystal Palace do and teams like that. So, um, yeah, I mean, Napoli came, defended like a small team, like a Premier League team, like a Stoke City, like a West Brom, sat back, and then we just failed to break them down, so we failed to break them down, and we conceded a very sloppy goal, which I thought was a foul anyway. It shouldn't have counted, in my opinion. Um, so I just,
Yeah.
yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, it's really fascinating to me. After games, I listen to different supporter channels and podcasts and things like that, and more than I wanted to hear and see were people saying they didn't see anything wrong with that foul from Insigne. Was it Insigne? No, Mertens. Sorry,
He
Mertens.
wasn't even looking at Van Dijk, and he elbows him.
Yeah, I don't get how that's not seen as a foul. And listen, you guys know, man. I don't like to talk too much about refs. We will we will talk about the ref in this game towards the end of the podcast because it's just worth talking about. But I don't think that, or yes, I do agree. Napoli were good. I do think they came with one thing in mind, and it was just we're at Anfield. Let's try to keep it tight. Keep the block there.
And
If we can
get
catch
a
them,
draw.
uh, no problem. So if we can catch them off the counter, then cool. But that was really their main thing, and getting that goal for them at that time, I think was the best thing that could have happened. They were very happy to just sit back and defend. Just staying with you, Gerri. I know personally I don't want to see Gomez at right back anymore. We've seen it enough, in my opinion, that it just doesn't work, especially in the way that we play. Um, and a team like Napoli, once they see the lineup and as the game progresses, you see that, okay, Robertson side with Mane and all that, cool. But on this side, Salah can just be kind of on his own because there's nothing else really helping on that right side. Yes, you get Hendo kind of moving up to that space a little bit, but Hendo doesn't do what Trent does. He does a bit better than Gomez, probably a lot better than Gomez. But I like seeing Gomez get minutes. I want to see him get minutes at center back. Your thoughts on that?
On
Gerri?
Gomez, centre back. Did you say? Oh,
Yeah.
bit of everything. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I personally don't want to see Gomez at right back anymore. Maybe you think differently, or I don't know.
I mean, Gomez is only playing right back because obviously he broke into that 17. Is there a bit of noise in the background? Is okay?
I can hear you fine.
Yeah. All right. He obviously played in the 17-18 season there because Klein got injured. So him and Alexander literally shared the games that season in the Premier League, especially. So shared the games, and he was filling that right back role. Obviously, Alexander has developed further. Obviously, he's a natural right back. He started off as midfield, but he's gone to that right back position, made it his own. Gomez is centre back. You can't put him there and expect him to do a job the same, even 25% of the job that Alexander Arnold does on that sort of right hand side. And obviously there was a few people saying Salah didn't have a good game, and he didn't get involved in the game, right? But I don't think it was his fault personally. There was a few moments where he could have done better, but he had very limited chances. You're not going to get a lot of You're not going to get a lot of things to do in that position where you got Koulibaly, who I thought actually Salah got the better of him a couple of times, and I thought Salah should have probably had the penalty. I say should have. He would. He definitely should have had the penalty for the pull on Koulibaly.
Well, that's the problem, and I think I said this on Twitter in the group chat. It's like this is what the issue with diving, because if he goes down there, maybe the ref gives it. He's probably got a better chance, but without going down, it's a shame that refs can't see that this guy is impeding his progress clearly.
The only one
and I don't know why you don't call that. It's just strange to me.
I remember is David Luiz. I don't even want to remember.
Huh? Go ahead. What'd you say, Mame?
I said that ref yesterday, he would have never called the penalty, even if
yeah. We're gonna get deeper into the ref, and I know that's just part of what Gerri is saying, but yeah, Gerri, go ahead. You were saying that penalty and Koulibaly and all that.
Yeah, I was just saying that quickly. The only decision I've sort of seen is like when David Luiz pulled Salah and he stayed in his feet and he got the penalty. That's the only one I've seen where someone's you get criticized if you go on the if you go on the ground easily saying you made the meal of that. But what about when you show honesty, you don't get rewarded. So why would you stay in your feet? So I don't understand. So if I was me, I'm straight on the ground there. Salah should have fell over. And I would have gone over straight away. Someone remember Luis Suarez, the amount of penalties he used to win back in the days. And that's why Steven Gerrard got about 15 league goals that year, because of Suarez winning penalties for the team. So yeah, as I said, it wasn't the best of the games. I was pretty bored, to be quite honest with you. It's a big opportunity missed for us, because you look back at it, you think you look at the team and you think, you know what, that's a team where it still should be strong enough to beat Napoli. Not bad. I never even thought that they'd be. I thought it'd be a close game. I said 2-0. But I thought we still should have defended. We still should have won that game. We should have won that game. There's no excuse for us. We should have won that game with the team we had. They still had enough quality. We didn't get going as a team. Even some of the players that are regulars in that team and they're playing week in, week out. It's not Milner and Gomez that, obviously Alexander Arnold is a big part of the game, but, listen, there was enough quality on that pitch for us to win that game last night, and we didn't. It was a poor performance, and we just have to accept it. And Napoli were very, very good last night. And also one more thing. The thing with the team is, so we obviously wanted the rest of you players, the rest of O'Brien, because a lot of players like Ronaldo and Trent have played a lot of football. But when you look back at it, you think, should we just put our full strength team now and finish the game off, and then we can just rest players with Salzburg? But now, because we rested Alexander Arnold, we rested Alexander Arnold, rested Wijnaldum, they're gonna have to go and play away at Salzburg anyway now. Do you know what I mean? So it's like
yeah. I mean, again, I I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I when I saw that lineup, I thought this is enough to beat Napoli, and I really believe that. And I agree with you. We had enough chances. We had enough in that game uh, to get max points. At the same time, when you think,
thought
go
it's
ahead.
not good enough. Did you think it was not good enough? Did you say?
No. I thought it was. I thought it was.
Oh,
I always. I don't care what our lineups are. I always think that it's good enough. That's just how I feel. I feel like, but when you think about it, that was a big that is a big game there. That's a big opportunity to miss. Now look, it's better that we got the draw and didn't lose it.
yeah,
But imagine, I feel like soon as Trent and Ox came on, the game changed. Now part of that is because you got fresh guys playing against guys that aren't fresh on the opposite team.
Chamberlain should have come on for Fabinho. I didn't understand
And,
that.
and if you said that in the group chat, and at the time I was thinking, I don't in a game like that when Napoli's a bit tired from all the work that they're doing, I don't know. I mean, I think that would be the best time for Ox because I'm still maybe I'm alone in this. I'm still concerned with Ox as far as his defensive work personally. So I don't know if I'm that gun ho to put him in there. But in hindsight, as you look at the game, yes, we could have used that because if you don't, I think Salim said it earlier. If you have Milner and Gomez in, you need to be putting some sort of attacking player in there because you're taking away two attacking elements basically.
Didn't we play Milner and Henderson with Napoli as well, and we lost 2-0? Those two players don't play well together.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
put up a stats. Actually, I send it to Arjun and everything, and it's basically like if you look at it, like Milner Henderson are more of a defensive solidity. They solidify that defense, like they do the horse work. But you need someone else to attack along. Like if Fabinho played, yes, Fabinho would have acted as a central, box to box in a defensive midfield. But I mean, he could attack that middle and drive the ball up. But you don't have that. You have where like two guys sitting back and not gonna offer something of creativity that to break down the defense. So basically, you're shut off from doing anything. Shut the whole door is shut off, and that right side, pretty much our attack is split from left side and right side. You take away that space Salah left, no one was there. No one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and Napoli knew that there was no other. When you have Trent there, that's another threat you got to worry about. Besides Salah, he doesn't feel so isolated. 'Cause I think Salah was just. I mean, he really couldn't do much because.
They isolated. I was watching the game. They isolated. They said, "We okay. Let's see what you can do on your left side. We will stop this guy from doing anything." Basically, we know one of your key attacking players is also missing. They put up Koulibaly and Manolas. They were on him all the time. They didn't even give him space. They let Firmino drag back and do his thing, and they put a central defender to track him down. The left side is where we attack the most, but I think Klopp got it wrong this time. I think I when I looked at the lineup, I was like, okay, it's enough at least to scrape a win. I was thinking like hard fought win against Napoli.
If anything,
but the moment they scored that goal, I was like, okay, this is not gonna work.
Yeah, and I mean, it was just frustrating because even up to that point, it just felt like I don't know. Liverpool just weren't in the game to me. And I know we've been that first half team where we're a little sluggish, and then we bounce back in the second half. Go ahead, Salim. You want to say something?
Yeah, I mean the first 10 minutes, if you look at Napoli, from the point of view that I was watching the game, I think that Napoli, the first 10 minutes, they wanted to get a goal and just do what they did right now, like sit back but it didn't work out for them until around the 21st minute, 25 when they scored that goal. Then that's when they knew. And I'm not going to talk about the ref. We'll talk about it later. But yeah, they knew immediately. Like, let's get the goal. That was what they were doing. Attack. We couldn't even string two passes together in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was more first half frustrations, and I bring up Gomez not to really have a go at him because honestly, I thought he had a decent game. I just feel
Gomez is like a defensive. Yeah, if you put him on the right back, yes, because he solidified that right back, and we now have to worry about someone
Right,
attacking.
and that's what I'm cool with. Yes, I agree with that. But let's be real. The way we play, you can't have good. That's just to me. That's a serious absence. Just as far as how we play, unless you got another. I'll say this: I'd have been happier with Milner playing right back than Gomez. And I say that because at least you know you have a better outlet going forward. I mean, defensively we might have suffered a bit, but if you're going to start Henderson in there, you can have him to help defensively. But personally, for me, I just feel like Trent is so integral to what we do on that right side with Salah. Gomez just it's a serious step down. And yeah, defensively it's good and his speed and all of that, but you just see we're missing a lot on that right side,
Yeah,
in my
yeah,
opinion.
but yeah, I think that if he put Henderson and Ox together, and someone would have definitely attacked
Then we would have been,
right
yeah,
side.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true, yeah. Because I
because
mean,
we can. Yeah, I mean, if you even played Milner and Ox, Milner could have just attacked that right side. I mean, yeah, but I think the one midfielder you can look at it and you can say, okay, definitely he had a nice game was Wijnaldum. When he came in, he was attacking,
no, Ronaldo was good.
attacking.
Yeah, Ronaldo was good.
Yeah,
Ronaldo was good.
yeah, he was. People don't like. People like. I mean, a lot of people. When I look at Twitter, they slate him for bringing the ball and passing back and everything. But they don't understand that his job, when the club tells him, is when you have the ball, you get it, give it to Trent or Robo, because that's our creativity where it comes from. That's where they attack. But if you look at it, and I see it a lot, and you see a lot, Wijnaldum always shuts off the other guy's best midfielder. He completely shut him down. Like Kevin De Bruyne on the Man City game, he was the one who was working him out. Him and Fabinho was just controlling that midfield. Yeah, you gotta have someone who can attack whatever space team left us for the midfield. And if you're playing Milner and Henderson together, I don't mind them playing. It's not I would never say okay, kick them out. I'm not those Liverpool fans who say, oh, I don't want to see Henderson and Milner. No, you can play them, but they need to be someone who can attack the middle. When they give us space, when they know, like, okay, Henderson and Milner are playing, let's shut them off. But we didn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I just think if Milner and Henderson are playing, then that's going to be the midfield with Fabinho. I mean, I can't see us. I mean, you could put, I guess, Gini in the.
Yeah, I'm saying if Henderson is playing, you have Gini Wijnaldum.
Okay, got you. I got. Or
if
Ox
Milner
or
is
something
playing,
like
yeah, Ox is playing.
Okay, I got you.
But not Henderson and Milner together.
Yeah,
but we pay the price, and I think we will get through. But it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, we'll get to that too, because I mean it's nervy for no reason now, in my opinion. But anyway, Mame, Gomez, do you just feel like are you comfortable playing him right back as long as we have another attacking player in the midfield, or are you like me? You feel like, look, I want to see Gomez play, but he's a center back. Let's keep him at center back. How do you feel about Gomez moving forward, playing this auxiliary emergency right back position?
Yeah, but yeah, I think you said it all. If we want to get creativity from the fullbacks, well, we cannot get it from Gomez. So when he plays, we need to have something from the midfield too, or we just play him at center back, because going forward, as we said, he doesn't offer much. And yeah, you play him. I mean, if you have Ox on the field or probably Gini or something like that. But if you go Gomez right back, Milner, Hendo, man, I'm sorry. What are you gonna get?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's really crazy. But I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
There's nothing to offer right there.
I mean, and the frustrating thing again is to go back to Gary's point. We still could have won that game. You know what I mean? That's the crazy thing about it. Like, we can sit back and talk about how disappointed we were in the lineups, and that's cool because we should be. But we still could have. And I hate to say would have, could have, should have, but yeah, that game we could have got 3 points there. We didn't, so now we got to have this situation again, which seems to be our thing, taking it down to the last game. I'll stick with you, Mame. I have you guys on because I appreciate all you guys' opinions. We don't always agree, but I think we agree that we're all confident that Liverpool are going to go through, right? I don't think any of us think differently. But I also feel like this is something that this game is huge now. And Salzburg, if it was Genk, I'd be more like optimistic. But Salzburg, I think, are a really hot team right now. I know they're a really hot team right now. They can put goals up in bunches. We saw that. Going into the Napoli game, people were saying Napoli wasn't in great form and all that, which doesn't really matter when it comes to European football because they tend to play well against us, no matter how they set it, whether it's defensively, attack, whatever the case may be. But are there any concerns that you have, Mame, going into this game, or do you feel like, look, Klopp will put the strongest team out and we should be fine? Because I'm a bit nervous, to be honest.
There are reasons to be nervous, but I just say to myself, man, this is big boy competition, man. We come to your place, we fight for qualification. Liverpool playing at full strength, man. There's nothing you can do. For real.
Yeah.
I agree. There are reasons to be concerned because only even a draw wouldn't be enough. It's a must.
Well, a draw could be enough. It could be enough.
No,
to get at least second place, it'd be enough.
I know. I think goal average, if Napoli wins, Salzburg is ahead of us. I think they are +5 or something like that.
No, it's head to head.
No. It's yeah. No, I think
they're 3 points behind us.
No, I think we cannot lose either one. It has to be over 5-4. 5-4 the scoreline.
5-4 and we go through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Say it again. 5-4.
Yeah, 5-4 over scoreline. If we are losing the game 5-4 over scoreline.
Oh, okay, right. I got it.
Basically, we just made life difficult for ourselves when we started pissing about 3-0 at home.
But I'm just curious though. We will go through with a draw, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But also understand, like, when Klopp goes for a draw, mostly it either becomes a loss or
yeah. I'm not even saying let's go for one. I'm just saying if we get one.
Yes.
But let me let Mame finish what he was saying. Mame?
Okay. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Come on, this is Liverpool. We played like bigger teams away and we won. And it's.
We played some lesser teams too and we lost.
Maybe I'm overconfident, but Salzburg cannot.
Yeah, no. I hear you, man. I hear you. I don't disagree.
Even if it's like playing their heart and stuff.
Yeah.
But come on, man. We have enough to go. Man, I don't even want to start doubting or something like that, man.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Salim, what are your thoughts? Obviously, that's a big game. Need to get the win. Obviously, a draw against Napoli is better than losing. But just where are you at now mentally? And what do you think the team is? Do you just feel like it's as simple as Klopp putting the strongest team out there, not messing around with Milner, not messing around with Gomez at right back, and we'll be fine away from home, which we're not always great. But yeah.
Yes. First of all, the mentality of the team, I think, is very strong. I mean, they probably, I think they will be more disappointed in the fans than us because they would literally say, "Why couldn't we just kill them off and win the game?" I think, I think Klopp will put in his strongest team. I think Klopp will go there and just put the strongest team and just say, you know what, and let's get the win and not worry about even going for a draw. I think Klopp will not go there for a draw. I think Klopp is going there just to kill it off and be like, we're done with this and just get the W. Not more than an analysis that. I think you should definitely go for the strongest team because don't mess around with Henderson and Milner and Gomez. Put the strongest midfield, put the strongest back, and go out there and just smack. And no disrespect, Salzburg is really a good team. Like they got a hot striker who's in the form of his life. I'm very concerned about it. I'm concerned about their midfield also. They're good, but you have to understand that this team has experience, far more experience than Salzburg. Salzburg is not in this situation. They've never been in this situation. the experience, and our team with a world class players will get the job done. So I'm concerned. I'm nervous. Is you got to be nervous. It's a game of football. I mean, any team can beat any team. I mean, if you look at it in the it's David against Goliath. So it's a big
Mhm.
team against smaller teams. So yes,
Mhm.
definitely. I'm nervous, but I think Klopp will get the job done and he will put the strongest team. I think Klopp. If you look at it, Klopp might not say it out, but he was kind of pissed himself off because he definitely knew this game was for the taking and he just didn't put the strongest team.
Yeah, I think he's got to look himself in the mirror a bit. But nobody's perfect, and although it seems like Klopp is on the verge of perfect most of the time, he does make mistakes, and I think if he's honest with himself, he'll say there was a slight mistake there. But also, like we're saying, he'll probably be thinking, "Yeah, I made a mistake, but I'm still disappointed because we could have gotten max points there." But
Yeah,
Gary,
I think this was for a scrapping win. He was there for a scrapping win.
yeah,
One more goal, 2-1, and they'd be like, okay, we're through. But I think we disappointed ourselves. I think the team disappointed themselves the most. I would say, other than the fans. The fans will be disappointed. I mean, he even said he's sorry for spoiling the fans' holiday earlier. So yeah,
right, yeah, uh,
we'll see.
yeah, Gary. Same man. Your thoughts and just looking forward to the Salzburg game. Your feelings on that?
Yeah, we're gonna win, mate. We're gonna win the game. We're gonna top the group. It's just
Mhm.
it's not even about the draw. I'm not going there thinking if Salzburg's hot in form, then what are we right now? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm not interested in Salzburg. I'm not worried one bit about them. But if there's something on the line with Liverpool and it's a big match, we're gonna go away at Salzburg and we're gonna go beat them. That's what's gonna happen. I'm only annoyed because we couldn't get to
Yes.
that we rest players for that specific game. I'm not really annoyed because we drew that game because it's like I wanted to rest players like Salzburg games so we can have some players get some more get more energy for the games up and coming, especially going to Qatar and after that we've got Leicester away and all these tough games. That's
Yeah.
what I'm more interested in. But it's a game that we have to play and it's a game that we're gonna win and we're gonna top the group. I'm not worried. They listen. They've got some good players. We know that, but we absolutely destroyed the Anfield up until we started taking the piss out at 3-0. And that's what I'm expecting to see as well. I'm expecting us to go and put them in their place.
Yeah, like the positivity. That's a good way to round off that topic. Listen, Fabinho went down. I think in the first 20 minutes, or I might be wrong there, somewhere around that time, and obviously couldn't finish. Now I'm hoping that Klopp just didn't want to risk it. That it's not anything serious. But looking at Klopp when they was getting asked the question in the press conference post match, didn't look too positive that things were going to be good. It almost felt like this is probably the worst case scenario. I'm hoping it's not. Obviously, he's going to miss the Brighton game anyway. Uh, so yeah, I guess we can knock on wood that that's something that we won't have to worry about being a big loss because not having Fabinho is going to be really big if that's the case. But I want to speak about Lovren. It's a shame that as good as the goal that was, and I'm glad he took it, and we needed it at that time. It's a shame that the other half chances, real chances we had, we couldn't finish. But I just thought overall Lovren's game was pretty good. Gary, what do you think about Lovren on the day?
Yeah, I thought Lovren was very, very good. I mean, he made a few good interceptions to cut out some nappy counter attacks, and he got a bit of rhythm as well. Scored a good goal. Brilliant header. I mean, Mertens is complaining. Is he? For that, he was complaining about VAR. I mean, I don't know what VAR checking that for because if Mertens' goal was allowed, where he literally has no intention of getting the ball, he pushes
Yep.
on, and then
Yep.
he's claiming that one where he just gets out barge out strength.
Yep.
So it was a brilliant header, and Lovren's got into a rhythm now where he's ahead of Gomez at the minute. Matip's injured, so obviously he's the centre back that's partner Van Dijk, and he's got himself to a rhythm now. He's playing quite well. You have to give it to him. He's playing quite well, and it's good now. I mean, this is the thing. Fourth choice at the start of the season, fourth choice, can't even get in the squad, and now he's playing consistently. He's playing consistently well, and this is about the strength that we have in our squad, and the quality that we have. That players can not play for about 6 weeks or 2 months, and they come in, have a few games, and they look, they look brilliant. They look like they've been there all season. So it's important that he's back and playing well. Hopefully, Mame's going to come back. We saw Gomez there, so the squad's looking quite healthy. And I was looking at that bench yesterday: Shaqiri, Chamberlain, Lallana, Origi. Who else was on that bench? Got Alexander Arnold. The keeper. There's a lot of strength and there's a lot of quality in that bench. And we still, Keita was obviously ill. So again, that's disappointing. And this is what I mean now. And this is where we needed Keita, and this is where he needs to start when he gets those minutes, because he will get some minutes in the near future, especially in this upcoming month. He needs to take his chance. He needs to become you have to look at Lovren, for example. Had an injury or not getting in the squad, and now he's taking his chance. He's coming. Matip's got injured. He's taking his chance. Same with sorry about that. As I said, he's taking his chance now, Lovren. So I think that's the example he has to look up to. If he stays fit, we've got a great player, but we need to see him more consistent. We need to see him when he gets minutes. We need to see that consistency that we saw last year. I've got no doubts about it, because Keita is a sort of player where if he gets 2 games, he's back up to that level that we know he can. Because as I said, Keita would have started the Champions League final last year if he stayed fit. He was absolutely fantastic away at the Nou Camp for about 20 minutes until he got injured. So, I'm excited, man. The squad's looking very fit, very healthy, and it's very positive at the minute.
Yeah, I'm just proud of the center backs, man. Situation. Same thing happened with Matip last season. Lovren goes down. Gomez goes down. I think I can't remember if Lovren was down or not, but it's just nice to see the next man stand up for our center backs. Last year was Matip, who did a phenomenal job. We all know about it, and this year it's Lovren who's stepping up. And I'm proud of Salim because he gets a lot of stick, fan base. I've probably been at fault for it. The three of you guys probably have it at some point, whether it's in your private conversation or on social media, whatever. But we got to give him props when he's doing his thing. He's coming and been amazing, I think. Besides maybe one game against Genk and maybe one game in the league, I don't know. But more or less, he's been doing well, and he came up in a big game for us to get the only goal. And so. Yeah, just proud to see that he's stepping up, and just in general, again, this just having guys that can be that next man up, and when it's their time to play, they can shine. Salim, same to you, man. Lovren, he's been doing well. He's been doing well. We need him. It's good. It's good to see that we're not a City situation where we're scrambling around to try to find guys to play center back next to Van Dijk, and we got guys who, I think Lovren was pretty close to leaving in the summer, and it looks like the choice to keep him was a good choice.
Yes. He was definitely trying to leave. I think it was more finding about game time, and the club convinced him to stay, and he definitely stayed. And you gotta understand, mostly when I look at Lovren, his mistakes, look at it when it happens, either 7 to 8 games or 10 games in between, you will find him make one mistake. This is like when I watch Lovren, I'm always expecting when he has 5-6 games good, I'd be like, okay, when is the game he's gonna have a disaster? Like, when is he gonna make the disaster? And he definitely will make the disaster. I mean, the one game he had a disaster right now was against Genk away, where he allowed that goal to be scored, and he hasn't had in the Premier League. He hasn't had it yet. So I'm waiting when Lovren will have that disaster game in the Premier League. He hasn't had it yet, but yes, he's been really good. He's a good defender, but Lovren turns himself to Lovren because of the mistake, the tiny mistake, like kick the ball out when you need to kick it out. Do the simple thing, line with the offside. Do the simple things you need to do. But when he wants to step up, he would definitely step up. I think it's gonna be complicated to see how Matip is gonna be integrated back when Lovren is really doing this, because Gomez needs to take game time. Matip's going to need a game time, and Lovren all going to need a game time. So I think it's better sometimes one game to might have to rest Van Dyke. I'm talking about like lower teams when we're playing big games. Nah, I really don't think you want to rest Van Dyke. Yes, I mean Aurelio is really doing good. Shaqiri will be getting into the team. I'm really waiting for Keita. Keita is the one guy I'm waiting. He's been playing really good, and the times he came in the game against Villa and Man United, he was the one who changed the whole thing. I mean, he looks for those pocketed passes. He looks for those risky passes that none of our midfielder will make. If you look at a Man United game, he was the one who caused that. What was his name? Aaron Bissaka to throw toward him so he can give the pass to
Sure did.
Robinson, and he drew away so that
Very
Milner,
smart. Very intelligent
Lalana,
play.
Lalana could score the goal. He is really intelligent. He's one of those midfielders who will make the risky pass, and that's what you need. That's the midfielder you want. That's the midfielder that says, you know what, I don't care if it's going to be a bad pass or a good pass. Let me make this risky pass, and he could pay. You never know. Like that pass, he checked the ball a little bit. He drew the defenders, passed to Robinson. We scored, equalized immediately.
Yep.
And against Villa, he was like that. He was probing, passing. I think the shot that Ox missed, he was the one who made that risky pass. He made the risky pass. He's really smart of making that risky. Yeah, Lovren, for the Lovren, get back to Lovren. Lovren is doing good. I'm really happy for the guy. He gets a lot of stick. I go after him all the time when he makes a mistake. I'm not gonna hide it. I'd be like, "What the heck you doing, Lovren?" I go fully mad when he makes mistakes, but I can see his quality. He makes the right tackles, makes the right decision when he's in his game. I mean, he's paying off. He's playing off, and I'm happy he stayed because you don't want. We could have been like, okay, we only have two defenders now. We could have been like, okay, who's gonna play if Gomez something happens to him? Matip is out. We could have put Fabinho in a in a center back position, which I really don't want to see. I don't want to see any of our best defensive midfielder in center back. It paid off. I'm really happy.
Yeah. Mame, man. Lavren's come a long way. And, I still I can't wait to have Matip back. It's almost the Adrian Allison thing. I think Adrian was really, really good. And I think he was so good that I think Klopp probably could have brought Allison back a bit earlier and didn't because he thought, look, this guy's doing well. We get Allison back 100%. Matip to me still is our best second choice center back right now. What he offers us offensively as well, driving through the pitch like that. I'm not saying Lovren can't do it, but you don't really see much of that from him. This is another added bonus I think that Matip brings. But again, Lovren is doing well. Just talk to me how you feel about Lovren and just coming in and just I guess our depth in general right now.
Yeah, compared to other Liverpool fans, I always liked Lovren. I always thought that he was a good centre back. But of course, he has his mistakes and he has his moment of madness. You don't know when it will come. You don't know why. It just happens sometimes, But I'm glad he's doing fine, man. He's doing fine. Of course, I want Matip to come back as soon as possible. By the way, do you have any idea of when we'll see him again?
No, I have to look that up. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and even though don't forget that Lovren also is made of glass, man. I won't be surprised to hear that he's injured in the next weeks.
Well, that's the problem. It feels like all of our defenders are center backs are made of glass besides Van Dijk. So
because every time he has a good run, I can remember every time he has a good run, he just ends up being injured.
Yeah.
Maybe he gives too much on the pitch. I don't know why.
That's why it's a wonder we're able to even keep. I mean, because the fact that Matip lasted that long last season is still a shock to me because he can get hurt easily as well. So we were just very blessed last season. But yeah, go ahead.
I think we even talked about it how we managed to stay fit the whole season. So
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, of course, and what Gary said about taking your chance, that's exactly it. All the players that come in, they have to take the chances,
That's right.
especially Keita, even Gomez, because I know that sometime he will have some game time on the center of on the as a defensive as a center back. So he has to take his chance too, and that's what we need till the end of the season. Now that games are getting the schedule is getting really stacked, and important games too. That Salzburg game. I don't know what games we have around that, but we need all the players, if not before that game or after that game, or even in that game, all the players that are not in the starting 11 that comes in, they just have to give everything. They have to take their chances.
Yeah. Um, and kind of one of the last topics we'll talk about, unless there's things that guys want to randomly throw in, but the referee. I saved this for last because I don't want to start out and make it seem like we are here trying to, blame a unsatisfactory result on the ref. But I want to speak about it because this is Europe now. This is Champions League. You expect the refereeing to be at a better level. And it almost felt like for me, I'll stick with you, Mame, that this guy he wanted eyes on him. He wanted to be shown. He wanted to make these certain calls just so he could have a role in this game, a bigger role than the role of any other referee, which is to call the game, stay in control of the game, be fair, all things of that nature. Klopp was livid at one point in the game, got a yellow card, which was ridiculous to me. I think Klopp's feeling was this is a football match. There's going to be some physicality there. You can't call every little push and tug and then not call an elbow to the midsection that leads to a goal for them. For as an example, you can't not see Koulibaly tugging on one of our forward players and let that go. But then you call these little petty, physical football plays. So, that first half we weren't great. But again, the way we play, a ref who calls a game like that, it's going to make it even tougher for us. And that's not an excuse. That's just the facts. The way we play, if you have a guy who's calling a game like that, it's going to be even that much harder. And I'm not saying he was a 12th man or he was cheating or anything like that, but just saying the way he called the game had it very stagnant and just really frustrating. And I think that boiled over a couple of times. So, Mommy, just your thoughts on the how the ref called the game. Um, any certain moments that you thought that should have gone our way that didn't, or just in general, just speak to me about the ref in this game.
Uh, Compared to other Liverpool fans, I don't think that the ref was that bad. I
Okay.
just think that the decisions which were maybe close 50-50 or something like that, he wouldn't give it to us. He would give it to Napoli. You
Mm.
know, I think that the ref had a lot of character. Actually, he has a he impressed me with that, because coming to Anfield and not giving some fouls to Liverpool, that was kind of I mean, you don't see it that much, because
Hmm.
usually when referees come to Anfield with the atmosphere, with the intensity of the game, most of I'm not saying that he favors us, but
Mm.
sometimes those challenges, like probably maybe the money one that would have maybe been a penalty, even Salah, you know, and maybe the goal also won't be allowed.
So do you think that he was purposely, because he didn't want to come across as, I don't know, doing a favor for Liverpool, he was purposely making these strange calls, or you just think that's just how he called the game?
Listen, I really I don't know the motives. I don't know the
Right,
reasons.
right, right, right.
It's just that if it was a Premier League game right now, I think that we would have more calls gone in our decision at Anfield, for instance.
Okay, okay. Uh, Salim, do you agree with that? Do you think the ref was actually pretty good and maybe just a few different things there? Do you agree with Mama?
And I think I wouldn't partly, and I would also more add to I think he was more of a shocking referee, and more the decision was shocking. Not
Yeah.
the refereeing aspect, his decision making of refereeing was really, really shocking. Like, I mean, some of the fouls, like one foul he called, like was it Manolas who fall over, or one of the right back of Napoli fall over, and Mane just grabbed the ball. He called a
Yeah.
foul. That was not even a foul. No one
Yeah,
even
that
touched
was
it.
one of the many. Just that was a head scratcher. Again, it was so many of those moments in the game, and just similar to what Mame was saying, the 50-50 challenges. But some of that stuff was just, are we watching football or what is this? Like, why?
And I think he went over there with the mindset of saying, okay, you know what, I don't want to be seen as a bias or anything called like
Yeah,
the atmosphere or Anfield. The atmosphere at Anfield gets on the reps and everything. So his mind was probably into that. But you see, when you go like that with that mindset, you do things that are like, what is it? What is this?
That's what
It
I'm
was
saying.
so
See,
shocking.
when you have that mentality, and I get it, you don't want to go to Anfield where where everyone knows how great we are there, still undefeated, thank God, for a while there now. And I can get someone maybe thinking, okay, well, I gotta be fair, but being fair doesn't mean you purposely give the away team certain decisions because you're trying to be fair. It's like, you know what I mean? That doesn't make sense to me. You just be fair. It doesn't mean you have to be petty and call certain things that you know shouldn't go against Liverpool. So, I was just frustrated by it, and maybe there's people who feel like Mame, which I respect, that he didn't really have a great game. He didn't have an awful game. Um, he just didn't give us a lot of the 50-50s, but I thought he had an awful game. I just do from the beginning. I think the second
Yeah,
half he was much better. Second half much better. That first half for sure.
yeah. That first half was like,
It
man,
was
we were
atrocious,
committed
man. It was atrocious.
simple 50-50. Like you push someone with your shoulder. I mean, how many times I've seen people like push somebody on the shoulder and score a goal, and the rep is that's not even a foul.
Yeah.
This because that's a 50-50 shoulder to
Well,
shoulder.
well, see, he was allowing more of that in the second half, which I appreciated
Yeah,
before.
yeah, yeah,
But in
yeah.
the
I mean,
first half,
the
it was like, how
probably
many times did the ball stop for fouls in that game, especially
oh
in the first
many
half? It
times,
was a
many
long
times.
first half for no reason.
Many times, many times. I mean, like I think if somebody stopped their watch, like going with the watch with the game watch, I mean they probably put out like 10 more extra minutes for simplest like 50-50. I mean, yes, some fouls were like I mean both Liverpool and Napoli both fouled each other hard. Like yes, but the 50-50 one's a simple one where you win the ball back and you try to attack immediately. No, let it go. This even VAR is not going to overturn that.
Yeah.
He didn't. He did. He was like, it was shocking. I'm not gonna excuse like it was shocking. Second half he got better.
Yeah.
Second half he did everything right. But to get back to the foul on Van Dyke,
Hmm.
I really don't understand how VAR could simply say, you know what, I'm not even gonna go VAR. I'm gonna go to the ref. The ref made the decision. People don't understand. VAR is hard for them to overturn the ref's decision. It's really hard for them to even. I mean, they start need
Yeah,
to
but
add
it
in like,
shouldn't be, Salim. Yeah, but it shouldn't be. Like, and that's the
yeah, I
problem.
mean,
It
yeah,
shouldn't
yeah.
be.
That's the problem. The problem is not. People think the problem is VAR. VAR is not the problem. It's the ref, the human that is using the
Yeah.
VAR.
Yeah.
I mean, if he wouldn't went to the side, check the side, like the video reviewed on the sideline, he probably would have called it off. But he didn't even do that.
Yeah.
He didn't do what was it? The PSG against the Real, what they did. Tiny, like simple shove. Listen, it wasn't even that shove. It was like he touched him and he fell over. He reviewed it. He went back and reviewed it. He called it off. He said no
Yeah.
penalty, no red
And
card.
yeah, yeah. It's. I mean, at this point, I'm behind VAR, and I'll always stay that way. I'm not going to switch up now. I'm glad that VAR is in the game, but when you see that instant replay, this guy he's not even making an attempt on the ball. He knows that compared to him, Van Dijk is a giant. He's literally lining up to check him in his midsection. I just don't see how, on what planet that's not a foul. That's not a football play. You don't use your elbows to attack people. A shoulder thing that happens sometimes, okay. See two guys going for the ball, they might hit each other in the head, cool. Even if you're going up with your hands and you elbow, no. But this guy clearly didn't even make a play on the ball and lifted his elbow in this guy's midsection, and no one sees anything wrong with that. I don't understand that. I don't understand it. But I want to move past that because I don't want to dwell too much on it. I do want to get Gary's opinion on the ref in general. Sorry, Salim, did I cut you off? Was there something you wanted to say, man?
No. I think he was shocking. He was really shocking. I've said all the things that I need to say, and
Okay.
None other than that. He had a shocking 50. I mean, he got better in the second half, but it's still like majority was a shocking referee.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's fair to say. I agree with that. I think I will give him credit for improving in the second half because it was definitely a huge improvement compared to the first half. But Gary, just rounding us off on that topic, the ref, man, just what you got for me?
Yeah, I thought the ref was. I thought the ref was shocking yesterday, last night. I mean, what annoyed me was the Mertens one. No, he bottled that decision. But what annoyed me was mostly the 50-50s. It just seemed that every single 50-50 was going Napoli's way. He was slowing the game down by calling every single foul. He wasn't letting the game flow at all.
Right.
And that's what Napoli wanted. I mean, in the last minute, when Robertson pushes.
Don't get me started.
Koulibaly runs over.
Wasting tactics,
mad.
man.
He's not mad. Koulibaly just knows he's just wasting time, wasting a valuable few minutes, and they waste like 1 minute and a half there. He added 4 minutes, and he still blew after 10 seconds of the fourth minute.
Yeah, it's a shame.
It was just ridiculous. It was just ridiculous. But I mean, I think anyway, we still should have won the game without the referee.
Yeah.
So it's not really like it's an excuse, but at the same time, it's not. You know what I mean? It's a bit of both, really. The referee was cool, and at the same time, we won our grace. But yeah, as I said, the referee was shocking. So nothing more we can do about it now. That's behind us.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think we're all saying more or less the same thing when it comes to the ref. We'll probably have worse refs at some point. Supporting this team, we'll probably have better refs. But at the end of the day, again, it should have been a game that we could have won or should have won, even with that going against us or whatever else. And so, yeah, no excuses. We didn't get the job done. I got the draw, which is better than a loss, obviously. But it does sting a bit not to get that win. But we go on, right? We go on to Brighton, and obviously Fabinho will be out. So before we log off, I just want to get all you guys' starting prediction for Brighton, and I'll stick with you, Gary. Who do you think starts? What's the starting 11 for the game on? Is it Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday, 3:00.
Yeah, what's your starting 11 prediction for the game?
What do you want me what I want or what I think will happen?
Give me what you want. Give me what you want.
All right. What I want is Alisson in goal. Right back, I want Alexander-Arnold, Lovren and Van Dijk with Robertson. In midfield now, what I want is, I don't know. It's what I want. Wijnaldum in the 6. Obviously, I'd love Wijnaldum, Gator changing, but that's not going to happen. So let me just say what I sort of think. That's what I want. But what I think will happen is Lallana will play the 6th role, and it'll be Wijnaldum and Chamberlain. I don't know if K is going to be ready, but even if he is, I think Lallana is going to start this match. He hasn't played since, so I think Lallana will start as a 6, and he'll play Wijnaldum and Chamberlain, and then the front 3, Salah, Firmino, and Mane. Which I don't think having Lallana in this game as a 6 is a huge deal, to be honest.
It shouldn't be.
As we're at Anfield, I think, to be honest with you, I think he's a technically gifted player, Lallana. So I think he'll be fine there. So or maybe Wijnaldum can play.
What was the last game he started at 6? Did Lallana play 6 at Villa? Was that?
Yeah, he played. He played. So Wijnaldum could play as a 6, Lallana and Lallana and Chamberlain as the 8s. But I think what I think Lallana will probably play the 6 role. I'm not too sure, but I think that's what the midfield 3 would be. I think Henderson should get a rest for this game. I think he's started quite a few too many games because he's played for England, I think, as well, hasn't he? So I think he needs rest. I don't think we really need him in this game. So I think let him rest for the derby, because I want him ready for the derby for that game. So let him. He played against Napoli, played against Palace. So rest for Brighton. Use a few different options in midfield and then get him ready for the derby, because obviously it doesn't look like Fabinho's going to be ready for that game, which is so disappointing. I don't know. You saw against Napoli as well how much we miss Fabinho, because the way he wins the ball up high up the pitch. You know what I mean? Because a few times where we let Napoli get too deep inside our inside our own half, and obviously Fabinho would have cut out those situations much earlier, and the way he recycles the ball. And it's just not Fabinho's not a player that just passes side to side. I mean, those balls over the top that he plays are just, especially to Mane, those are a big miss, and no one could do that in that midfield as well.
Did the goal we conceded yesterday? Did
that come? Sorry, you're cutting off a bit. What did you say?
The goal that we conceded to Napoli yesterday, did that come after Fab was off, or was he still on the pitch?
After.
Okay.
Because what happened was Van Dijk went down, and then we only had one centre back on that sort of side, and Mertens made a run in the box. Lovren had two men to cover, so you couldn't. I know Jason said that it was Lovren's fault. I mean, it's his opinion. Definitely, I respect it, but I don't know. I look back at the replay and I looked at it. I don't think that was Lovren's fault, to be honest with you. Because he was trying to play. Because what was happening was I don't know who was up front. Who was up front? Mertens, and who's the other one? Lozano. So he was holding Lozano. He was trying to play offside. Then Mertens comes into the Van Dijk sort of position down that left hand side. He had the free space, and then when the ball went over the top, Lovren couldn't get there quick enough, and he scored. So I don't really think it was his fault, to be honest with you. I mean, I can see where he was definitely coming from, but for me, I don't think. I just think that should have been called as a foul. And if Van Dijk was in that position, that ball wouldn't have got over the top. You know, we had basically there was a free open space because Van Dijk was on the floor injured. The game was stopped. A foul wasn't called, and they ended up scoring. But yeah, that's my team anyway. And I think fine against Brighton. Let me show you this. We haven't kept a clean sheet in 11 games. I think that's our worst run in 21 years.
Yeah, it's not. I don't like that. And
I mean, the thing is,
it's frustrating.
I think we're conceding one goal per match. To be honest with you, I just think that we're conceding sloppy goals. I don't think it's because that I don't think there's a change in terms of our sort of defense. I don't think there's a change of our defensive performances last year. I just think that we're conceding sloppy goals in situations that we shouldn't be doing. You know what I mean? Or they've been sort of consolations, but we haven't switched on. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I think hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe Brighton will be the clean sheet. You know, maybe Brighton will be the one we get a clean sheet. You know, but as I said, if it's 3-1, 4-1, I don't care. As long as we add 3 points, as long as by Saturday night we're on 40 points, that's all that matters.
Yeah, since you brought up Lovren, I'll talk about that real quick, then I'll pass it off to Salim. I big up Lovren, and I don't change that, but at the same time, what I don't like is seeing guys not attempt to dive or put a block in. I think on that. Look, that's a great strike from the guy Martin's there, but I just think Lovren's close enough to at least dive, put a foot in. There's few people talking about Alisson in his position, could he have stopped it? But yeah, listen, I mean that was a great strike from him. It's not as easy as it looked. I think from to put that curve on the ball to go around Alisson was a good hit, but I think that's a good shout you said about, you know, the sloppiness of some of the goals we conceded in the league and Champions League as well, and that's disappointing. And then VAR obviously plays a role in us playing that high line. I don't really like the idea that too many times guys are looking for the linesman to get offsides. I think that you can be caught out sometimes doing that. But overall, I don't think our defense is worse than last year. For some reason, we just aren't able to be keeping the clean sheets, and hopefully that does change, and maybe it'll be Brighton. But Salim, what is your 11 prediction for Saturday against Brighton?
I think I pretty much agreed what he said. But I will only try to change the midfield.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see the midfield being changed. I would like to see Keita back in the midfield with either Genie and Lallana. I mean, you could be like Genie likes to. I mean, Klopp likes to play him as a defensive midfield. Go ahead.
Hold on, Gerri. What? Gerri?
No, I just want to say, no, you would have Chamberlain on Saturday, mate.
Yeah, I would like Chamberlain to play the derby.
Oh, all right, cool. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Yeah. I would like to give Keita game time. This is Brighton. After that, we have then we could rest Chamberlain and play what we play Watford again on following Saturday, correct? I think
Yeah.
yeah.
Watford
Uh,
after Bournemouth. We play Bournemouth away, then Watford, then Salzburg, then Watford at home. Yeah, that's right.
yeah. So yes. So I wanna game time for. I would like for a club to give a game time to Keita so he can have more like giving him like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Not gonna cut out
Yeah.
I think today. Yesterday he would have played, but he fall off illness. And to the Lovren mistake, I think Lovren played the offside trap, but the
Yeah.
one who played him in was Robertson.
Yeah.
Robertson played him back in. Yeah, Robertson played him Martinson on the offside. If Robertson was off a little bit, he was his heel. His heel was off a little bit. He would have
Yeah.
been an offside. But yeah, I would like to see Keita. Keita has to. I would like to see Keita play because we can uh, we can give him game time and get ready for Chamberlain for the Derby game because Everton, they come in and they just want to stop Liverpool. That's their mindset. Stopping Liverpool is their mindset. I
Yeah.
mean, they noisy neighbor.
Lately, they've been doing pretty good at doing that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a noisy neighborhood. So I really want to kill off Everton and just
I hate that
like
they're so bad, but they continue to stifle us
yeah. It's
almost
like
every.
Klopp
I
said it
hate
last
that.
year. It's like they World Cup. It's their World
They're
Cup. I
so
mean, they get
bad, man.
yeah.
Ugh.
It's their World Cup. Klopp said it last year. I mean, he said it is their World Cup final. They're so pumped. Like they were so pumped the March game. Was it March last year or April? Yeah, April when they stopped us 0-0. That their whole fan base was clapping. I mean, what can you
Mhm.
expect?
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
mean, even the ball boy was clapping for Liverpool, clapping at the club. His face. I mean, they own the World Cup. That's their World Cup. I mean, I really hate them. I mean, it's a noisiness. I want to just destroy them and kill them off. I
Yeah.
want to see Everton's fans' faces
Yeah.
as they leave Anfield getting smacked.
I want Mum
I,
to still be in charge.
yeah, I mean, I want to. He would. I mean, they will charge. I mean, their fan base. When you look at Twitter, they just discuss as winning the against Liverpool on the transfer and winning a corner kick at Anfield. So yeah, I want to see Chamberlain against Everton and Keita against Brighton.
Yeah. Uh, Mame, your thoughts on 11? I mean, I guess at this point it's more so the midfield, right? Because I mean, most of us are going to pick the same defenders and forward players. But
Yeah,
yeah, who you like in the midfield?
yeah. Because I think if everyone was ready, Klopp would just go full strength again.
Yeah.
In the midfield, of course, Genie and wow, I don't know, man. He'll go with Hendo, of course, and yes, I would say Keita, but I don't know if he will be back for this game. So Ox.
Mm. Yeah. I think I don't know what's up with
Yeah,
Keita's.
No, no,
Keita
no.
is ill. Keita was not injured. He was ill.
It was
Mame.
yeah. So I don't know if he'll be back.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know,
yeah,
but yeah.
those things have a tendency
Okay.
to maybe get worse. They can get better, but I don't know what the exact sickness is, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Does
And,
anybody?
and
I'm sorry. Go ahead, my man.
yeah, and please no Lalana at 6, please.
You're gonna see Lallana at 6. I hate to break it to you, he's gonna be at the 6, so that you can get over that now. I just spoke to Club about an hour ago. He said Lallana's gonna play at 6, so don't worry about that. What was I gonna say? Is anybody wanting or curious about Shaqiri getting back in this in the game? Is this a game for that or what? Anybody can take a stab at that.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? That's actually a good point because if Shaqiri, I don't think he'll start the game, but I think if we want to maybe change formation, I think, especially with Fabinho out, I think it'd suit us maybe going with a Wijnaldum Henderson pivot and Shaqiri
Four
on
two
the
three one. Yeah.
yeah 2-3-1
Yeah, yeah.
and having
It,
Shaqiri.
it feels like Klopp is really over the 4-2-3-1, and the problem I think wherein lies for Shaqiri is that I think of all the players Klopp has, because we know Klopp likes to have guys who can play different roles, and think about most of our team, besides Van Dijk and Lovren and probably Matip, most of the guys can play several positions, if need be. And I think with Shaqiri, he only sees him as a guy to play in that 4-2-3-1, and Klopp loves 4-3-3. So, yeah, I think unfortunately, I think it is going to be a situation where he probably will change the formation, or just say, "Fuck it, let me try Shaqiri at a wing in my typical 4-3-3 and see how that works." I don't see that happen, but yeah, I think if Shaqiri comes in, it'll probably be a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was something I was also reading from the website. There was Liverpool reporters. They were saying Shaqiri was doing a new position that Klopp was training him to do it. So I don't know if it was
Oh,
as a number 10 role, because he came in 3 games against Newcastle. He was playing as the 10 role when he came in against Newcastle.
okay.
For the last 25 minutes, he was playing as the 10 role.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I
probably,
mean, could be. I mean, I can see him at a 10. I think. I just hope all this time out and
yeah,
him coming back and training, he'll be something improved.
yeah. He plays the number 10 free roaming for Switzerland when he plays that. They put him at the right wing, at the wing, but he plays as a number 10 role.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, that could be interesting. So yeah, I mean, look, we just none of these games get easier, man. It's the champions of Europe we're talking about, and we're gonna get everybody's best shot. I always say that every week, and I believe it. I don't care what a team is on the table or how many losses they have coming into the game against Liverpool. Everybody wants a piece of this team, and everybody's gonna give their best game, and they're gonna have a goalkeeper who has a great game, and it always happens that way. So,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna include yeah, they'll give it the best. I mean, if you beat Liverpool, what do you get? You get a bragging rights of saying you were the one to stop a European champions.
Yeah.
I mean that, yeah.
But I don't. Let's not get it twisted. Like I have no doubts at all that we're gonna beat Brighton at all.
No,
Like
no, no,
that
no.
doesn't
Yeah,
cross
yeah,
my
yeah.
mind.
Definitely,
But
definitely. I don't fear no one. Like I said, I fear no one.
yeah.
I mean,
But
if
it
you
will be.
stop us, you stopped us.
Yeah, I just don't see that happening. I mean, Napoli is probably the only team that can really, quote unquote, stop us. Really. But yeah, well, it's a long season. We'll see, man. Football's a funny game. We'll see. But I'm curious to see how we look. I saw how we looked against Aston Villa. Was it? Yeah, without Fab. Because I think that's a glaring. I've always said this. As important as it was to get Van Dijk, as important as it was to get a good keeper and all that, the front guys, everything, all our players. Fabinho to me is, you could arguably say, one of the most important signings we've had in a long time. Anchoring that midfield, being that defensive cover, and adding also that Brazilian flair that he does add that I think a lot of people overlook. So not having him in that hole, I really, really hope it's not something long. As soon as we're done here, I'm going to check it out. Unless any of you guys know any updates on Fabinho. Anybody?
No, not that bit. I think Klopp he will have his scan today, so Klopp probably expect Friday for the press conference when we'll find out more.
Yeah, so we'll see with that. Just to round it off, guys, just for fun. I'll start with you, Mame. Give me a score prediction for the game at the weekend, just for fun.
2-0. 2-0.
Okay. Salim.
The what's a clean sheet? So I'm gonna go with 3-1. Our new slogan is a one goal scoring. So I'm gonna go 3-1. They will score a silly goal that I will be like, well.
Set piece or something like that. What's their striker who's like 47 years old, still putting in goals?
He doesn't play anymore.
He doesn't play anymore?
Nah, he doesn't play. They only bring him for.
I thought you meant he's not, but he's still playing, but he doesn't play on the team much.
Well, he doesn't play the team at all, really.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I thought you meant like he retired. Okay, cool.
Glenn Murray, you're talking about.
Glenn Murray.
Yeah.
Glenn Murray.
He only comes in like around 5 minutes.
Oh, really? Okay. I mean, that was my only concern, but if he's not starting, then shit.
Those Irish kid and Neil Mopes, or they play up front.
Yeah.
Oh, please, man.
I think it's going to be a silly goal we will concede. If we keep a clean sheet, I will be shocked. I'll be honest with you.
You know what? I would love to disagree with that, but I can't, and that's where we are. The good thing the thing I'm happy about is that anytime we can see this, almost like that punch in the face and that kind of wake up moment, like okay, let's make a game of this and let's just put it to bed. It's not like we're conceding 2-3 a game, so that's cool. But yes, I would love to see a clean sheet, and I think the 3-1, I can kind of see where you're coming from with that. Gerri, round us off.
3-0.
Cool. I'm gonna go with.
We're not going to concede the Brighton. We're not going to concede the Brighton. It's not going to happen. I promise.
I'm gonna go 4-0. I can see. I hope not. I'm gonna go 4-0. I think it'll be one of those games where Liverpool, quote unquote, get back to their smacking teams up. Again, I don't think any of us really care as long as we win in the game. Don't really care what the scoreline is. Yeah. I want to see a clean sheet, and I want to see a game where we have that flow back. I know we don't have Fabinho, but I think we'll probably play, hopefully, somewhat of an attacking midfield. And then obviously have Trent back, and I think that work.
It was important because the thing was, because with Brian, I kind of, as you said, let's use it as a game where we can just start quickly. But I think the thing with us is, I know we say, we don't start quickly. We obviously want to see us starting more, quicker. But what we do to teams is, obviously Napoli was an exception. What we do to teams is that first half we the way we move the ball, we're ruthless, we're relentless. We keep on going, and the teams will get tired the longer the match goes, and that's why we always score these goals in the last 15-20 minutes. That's why we score a lot of goals in the second half. That's why we come out a different team in the second half, because we come out with more determination and teams get tired, and they haven't got the energy to make that extra run to close down Robertson, to close down Alexander-Arnold, and that's where the goal comes from. That's what we do. So even last night I said, when it was 1-0, I thought we'd still win the game. And when it went 1-1, I thought we'd win the game, but it didn't happen. But I never panic if it's 0-0 at halftime or 1-0, because the teams are going to get tired the more we work them. And again, as I said, tomorrow let's hopefully start quicker. Let's start quicker so we can try to blow Brighton away as quick as possible. Then maybe we can rest a couple of players, because obviously Everton on Wednesday. I can't wait for that game, a midweek fixture, because I do like a good Premier League midweek fixture. So. That's gonna be good. A Merseyside derby at Anfield. So we've got 2 home games down the Premier League. Let's use it and get 6 points.
Yeah.
I think we hit what do you call December. December is when Liverpool start firing all cylinders.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what we were playing 4-2-1 last year. If you remember December, sort of November, December time, and we were winning every single game, and we won every single game in December, and that's why we had such a good lead, a 7-point lead over City at that point.
Yeah. I mean, people are getting when you look at Twitter, be like, "Oh, Liverpool, I'm playing." Last year, remember, we weren't even playing good from September until the end of November. When we started firing cylinder was December when we started smacking teams for nothing.
Yeah, that's what I mean, mate. That's what I mean, man. And the thing is, right, with us is, people are complaining and saying we're not playing well, and yes, we want to play better. But at the same time, those people 7 years ago probably saying, why can't we play like Man United? Why can't we, get goals and losses? And when we're doing it, they start complaining. You can't have it all your way. And we're going to get into a groove where I think it's going to come in this period. We're going to start scoring goals. We're going to start keeping clean sheets. But 37 out of 39 points. We've cleared a lot of tough games away. We're still 9 points ahead of City. They've got the tough period coming up. So I don't know. We can't ask for anything more than that. The Champions League is still in our own hands. We've got Club World Cup. We've already won the Super Cup. We've got EFL Cup coming up, FA Cup. So we're in a good position. We're in a very good position. So I don't think there's any worries about us.
Yeah, I think I like what Gerri said a few minutes ago about the team and how we start and things of that nature. I think it's fair to say Liverpool, if not the most, one of the most fit teams probably in Europe, let alone England. And I think it almost feels like we got to play a squad full of cross-country dudes who are just kind of pacing themselves through this season. They're kind of just pacing themselves, and sometimes it comes across as like days ago in the first half, but we have that other gear to go to when we need to. And I don't think the guys necessarily want to have to go to those gears, because we make chances enough in a lot of the first halves that we play. We just don't capitalize on them. But yeah, it just feels like in some games the team is just kind of taking their time and trying to just pace themselves, as a track star would, or a swimmer, or whatever the case may be, for long distances, because they know how many games that we have and how long the season is going to be. So, in closing, I'm proud of the boys. Yeah, I'm already over the Napoli result, especially after talking to you guys, which is what this does for me a lot of times. So, just looking forward to Brighton and getting a win there, and hopefully finding out some positive news about Fabinho. Is there anything else that anybody want to throw out, Mame?
Nah,
Gerri?
I think
No.
covered everything.
What do you say,
Yeah.
mate?
I was just saying, if there's anything else anybody want to throw out before we close out.
Well, yeah, I just want to say that, as I said, we've got we've got a tough period coming up. But as I said, I was looking through some of the games that we have, and Brighton at home, Everton at home, Bournemouth away, Watford at home. I mean, after City, I said that we've got 5 games coming up: Palace, obviously, Brighton, Everton, Bournemouth, and Watford. I said we win those 5 games. As I said, Palace was the toughest game out of the 5, in my opinion. I think we'll beat Everton, even though it's a derby, and we've got that out of the way. So I'm looking now, and Everton we will definitely beat those. Bournemouth away, we always seem to score 4 past them, and Watford obviously bombed the league. We'll beat them as well. So, and then that will give us, and hopefully we get past Salzburg as well, which we will. And then that gives us a nice little boost going into the Club World Cup. And then when we come back, we've got a couple of tough games like Leicester away and Wolves at home. But as I said, these next 4 games in the league are massive. I mean, we've got a big Champions League game coming up, but first of all, we've got 3 games: Brighton, Everton, Bournemouth. That's where we have to focus on, the Premier League. And as I said, I'm sure we'll be fine. So even though managers don't like all these tough games, I love it, to be honest with you. I know it's for the players, not good enough for the manager, but when the New Year sort of Christmas period comes around, I love it, because I mean we're gonna get time in December. We've got Liverpool on one day, and the next day we've got them again, with Villa in the Club World Cup game. So I mean, the more Liverpool games, the better.
Yeah, no, that's it. I'm so glad that the international breaks are done till March, I guess it is, and we get to watch Liverpool weekends during the week and all of that. It's great. It's a great time to be a supporter. But yeah, we got a lot of games, man. I'm just I'm just hoping that we can keep guys as strong as possible. It's really nice to see Ox coming in the form that he's coming into, and hopefully Keita can do the same, get Matip back, and Fabinho be okay. And yeah, I think we'll be fine. But yeah, man, thanks you guys. Salim, thanks. First time on, appreciate it, man. Hope to have you on more.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
thank you for having me, man.
Where are you from?
I'm in Indiana, man. Indiana right now. Indiana, Terre Haute, Indiana. I served in the Navy, so I'm on reserve now.
Okay. All right. So that's good to know you. Somebody else stateside. But where are you originally from, though?
Somali. I'm from
Say it
Somalia.
again? Somalia. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, thanks, man, for all you guys being available.
African brother.
Yeah. Right. For sure.
Thank you for having me, definitely, man. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. I'll speak to you guys soon.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Right.
Take care, man.
Take care.